On the table today we are looking at more Fortnite toys, first week of December 2018. This is the Turbo Builder Set, a set where you get to build lots of structures, so I was really excited to take a look at this one. Last time we checked out some of the solo mode figures. We saw Technique and Drift, Bandolier and Carbide, and they turned out pretty well and a ton of comments. I think overall people were pretty excited for them. Some people maybe weren't too impressed with how they looked exactly from what you see in gameplay, but overall lots of comments going on. A couple things that I wanted to talk about on Drift here. People were asking if the mask is removable. I talked about the coat being removable, but the mask is stuck on there, so you don't get to remove that mask. And a few other people were asking what exact size were these, the scale. 4-inch is the scale, and they're really close to, say, a 25th anniversary G.I. Joe. Star Wars might be just a little bit smaller. Oh wait, this is X-Man, and he's kind of about the same size there for Cyclops. So a pretty good scale for placing figures in vehicles and messing around on top of giant structures like we will be building today. Also found Raptor today. I was looking for Raptor last time. I thought I had him and I didn't, and then there we do now. I found him today over at Target, so we'll have to open Raptor at some point. So anyway, also a lot of people are talking about opening this Llama Drama Loot Pinata. I think I'm going to hold off one more day. I really want to look at this builder set first and take a look at the structures that we can build. So we will get to Llama Drama soon, just hang in there. Really want to see that too. So let's get to the turbo set. Up a little closer with the Fortnite Turbo Builder Set. I found this pack over at GameStop. I have not seen this at Target, and I have not really been over at Walmart recently to see if they have this. It runs approximately $40. We have 2 figures included, 81 building materials. This is where Jazwares did really good with the Fortnite collection so far. We also have 4 weapons and 2 harvesting tools, so a big pack of pieces. $40 looks like a pretty good value too. On the back of the box we have a giant image of Raven, brooding master of dark skies, good glowing purpley eyes. Jonesy, no skin, no problem. And a huge list of also available. Some of these we'll check out in a little bit too in a multi-figure pack. Today though, it is all about structure building. So we have 27 wood, 27 brick, 27 metal building materials that snap and build together. Really like this idea. So let's waste not more time and open this up, start building. And outside of the pack with Raven and Jonesy and a ton of building materials. You don't really realize how much building materials you have until they start pouring out of the pack. Really impressed how many we're getting with this set. Looking a little bit closer at Jonesy and Raven, kind of a good pairing of good versus evil maybe. I still think for the price point they've done a great job capturing these figures' looks and accessories. There's quite a bit with this set too, by the way. Jonesy looks to be holding an uncommon tactical shotgun. Raven has an epic AC/DC harvesting tool. Looks like we have a very standard harvesting tool pickaxe included. I'm guessing a common submachine gun over here. A possible rare revolver in blue. Kind of wish some of the weapons were not in blue. And I'm not sure what rifle this one is. Kind of in blue too with this pack. Again, the figures are pretty well articulated. We have neck rotation, we have shoulders, there's a mid-waist curl, waist rotation, things to do with the hips, knees, and even ankles. So lots of positions you can place these in. They're quite a bit of fun. At times some of the joints feel a little bit loose, but most of the time pretty solid. And the wooden panel structure pieces also sub in for action figure stands with pegs on them. I was kind of bummed out. It does not look like the metal or the brick have pegs in them. I guess it's okay. It would be kind of weird to have pegs in everything, but it would have been kind of neat to be able to have them stand easier on those materials. Not the end of the world though. Let's look closer at all these building materials. The pack was not kidding. There is quite a bit of stuff going on with this pack. We've got all sorts of panels of wood. We've got all sorts of panels of bricks. And we've got all sorts of panels of steel. We could pretty much build anything, I think. They've already constructed this little leg here, this little base, kind of open on this side on the back, but you can see how they just interlock with each other on all sides, and then also are able to hinge at an angle. It's a really simple design. All Jazwares really needed to do was make one mold for the wood, the brick, and the metal, and there we go. I guess you could maybe wish that they were just a little bit larger, feeling a little bit small. It seems like one panel in gameplay would usually be a full wall, and it looks like it's maybe half the scale as it could be, but then we wouldn't have action figure bases, would we? I think it's gonna work just fine though, so now we just need to figure out what we can build first with it. The back of the box has a nice cube shelter structure built. Let's give that a shot. And we have constructed a giant cube shelter-like structure. A little trickier than I first thought, but I think it's getting a little easier now that I'm figuring it out. Really helpful to make sure whatever side you're building or whatever pieces keep things going in the same direction. Like all these bricks, at first I kind of had bricks going different ways. Did pretty good with the wood there. I had the first panel of my steel in different directions too. So kind of plan out which way you're going so that then when you're piecing together things are okay. Pieces were also a little bit tight at first, but then I noticed they started softening up a little bit as I was tearing them apart and replacing them. Put a little roof part there just to kind of give it some structure. But overall it works really well. As for scale again, this would be a nice size structure for your figures. You could almost just go too high and they can hide out inside, but I like the 3 height approach. I think that works really well. You could build some great structures with this. I also like how the metallic is really shiny. That really looks like steel. The brick pieces have that great brick feel. It's funny, this piece right here had some paint left off. I like that because it's kind of giving it a different look to it. But there is your cube structure. That took me about 11 minutes to build. First time building, you probably could shorten that up to maybe 8 minutes. I'm pretty impressed though how durable it is. You can definitely place a figure up on top and it'll hold quite well. I wouldn't buy 10,000 of these and try to build something for you to play with in the backyard. That might get a little dangerous, but I'm sure someone will attempt it eventually. The trick is just proper planning. Start small. I like how in the box they do have this small structure as an example and you can kind of see, okay, that's how things are gonna go. And again, I like how you can really mix the wood, the brick, and the steel. Looks great. Now we gotta try and build that Fortnite llama though that's on the back. That's gonna be silly. So let's give it a shot and build the Fortnite llama structure. Oh my gosh, that was challenging. Now I kind of wimped out and just did a one-dimensional version of the llama. The back of the box has this about 2 panels wide. But to save time and finger pain, I went with a thinner dimension llama. It is quite the challenge working with these, especially when you're trying to copy someone else's build. I think if you're just sitting by yourself working on your own structures, it's not too bad. There is a challenging puzzle box-like build to these things. You really need to pay attention to which way things are going. And I hate to say it, but I'm already seeing some plastic fatigue on the male part here of the brick. There's a little bit of fatigue going on this post. It's probably going to break off. The female part is okay, but these little tiny grooves here are kind of bad. Makes me wonder why they didn't go with something a little simpler. Maybe more on the lines of like the Smurf Village paneling. Although that was only two-dimensional. I know there has to be a cube building set that works a little bit better, but these aren't too bad. Like I said, if you just work with your own construction, I think you're gonna be okay. Just take some time. Pretty amazing what you can build though. This llama's pretty tall already compared to the figures. And if you place your wood panel pieces in the right spots, you'll have posts for your figures to stand on. These will make great display pieces for your Fortnite action figure collection. Let's build one more structure, make it a little bit more simple, and finish things off here. And there we go with a more simpler design from the back of the box. Structures like this should be much easier to tackle and work with, and as you figure these pieces out, you can go a little crazier. What's mainly impressive is how many pieces that came with the Turbo Builder set. With 27 pieces of each of the materials, that's 81 pieces of fort construction magic. It's amazing how such a simple shape, yet so complicated, can create such crazy structures. Especially with the ability to make these angles. That's probably wherein lies some of the trouble, with the way they hinge piece fit together, especially when you're trying to complete a cube and you've got a piece and panel going the wrong direction. Things can get a little head scratchy, but overall, quite a bit of fun for your Fortnite collection. So it looks like we'll wait on the Llama Drama Loot Pinata until next time. I really want to give that a full amount of time. And there's still several other Fortnite toys to look at. That 4-pack, we gotta look at Raptor. We've gotta look at those little chests. I would like to find a few more of those little chests, but they're pretty popular, so I guess that might not happen. But overall, the Turbo Builder set was quite a lot of fun. Recommended if you really need to make some crazy structures for your figures.
And maybe next time, you can build a giant Fortnite squirrel structure.
That's not a bad idea, Landry. Maybe next time I will build a large squirrel structure. Alright, well, thanks for watching this video. Please continue with the awesome comments and discussions. Thanks for watching. Fortnite Turbo Builder Set arrives on store shelves December 1st, 2018. It runs approximately $40. If you're looking to construct some wild structures for your Fortnite action figures, the Builder Set will help you out with that. With materials of wood, brick, and metal, you will be able to construct a mighty squirrel fort. That's what I have to say about that.
Thanks for watching Squirrel Stampede. Please like, share, subscribe, and why am I over here now? Oh look, another video.